one of the worst days of my life. It was about 10 years ago. And I was working my schedule, which was Loveline during the nighttime, and then Man Show, and then like Loveline. We'd tape on Friday nights and blah, blah, blah. I got home one Friday night after taping 3 or 4 Loveline shows, and I was done for the week, and it was time to have a cocktail kind of thing. And my wife was like, my mom's having an episode, and she's freaking out. She's not taking her medication, and we got to get down there, and like we got to get her to the hospital. And it's like she lives in fucking West Hills, and I just got home, and I was like, oh. By the way, this is a good thing about being with me. I never ask anyone for backup. Like I don't need any emotional support. To me, it's embarrassment that you see me or my mom or anyone this way when everyone out. You know?
Time for backup.
No time for backup. Shoulder roll. Yeah, I've never said, can somebody? It's weird. I don't understand it, but I do understand. It's how normal human beings work. I'm not wired that way. But so I had to go down to West Hills and get my. I don't think we were married at this point. We weren't married. So my girlfriend's mom out of her house, basically, and we're going to have an ambulance pick her up. She needed to go to the hospital. She was psychotic. She needed medication. And this woman's like a scrappy third-degree black belt, like 71 years young kind of thing. And it was like the worst 18 minutes of my life. I went over to this little piece of shit house in the West Hills, and I said, listen, Helen, because the deal was, we even had my buddy Tony Barbieri call her as Jesus Christ. It was Kimmel's idea, I think. She was a religious fanatic. I went over there, and this could about sum up my life. I think in a nutshell, this would sum it up. I said, Helen, the paramedic showed up. I said, Helen, you got to get into the back of the ambulance. They have to take you to the hospital, and they have to check you out. No, she was Italian. She's not going to do it. I said, look, if you don't do it, the paramedics are going to call the LAPD. We're going to have to sit around here for an hour, which I've spent my fucking life sitting around. I feel like just sitting around on other people's behalf. And I said, the LAPD is going to show up in an hour. Then they're going to either tell you to get into the back of the ambulance, or they're going to force you to get in the back of the ambulance. And she's like, go get them. And I was like... And I just did that thing, and I've had it happen a fucking million times in my life, and that's why I want to just sue the world. Like, I just pulled her aside, and I just went like, look, I'm tired. You're tired. Lynette's tired. The ambulance drivers are tired.
Jesus is tired.
Jesus is tired. It's 8:45. It's Friday night. You can go get into the back of the ambulance right now and go with these guys who want to help you. Or then we can just sit here and wait for the cops to show up about 10 o'clock, and then you guys can slug it out in the living room, and then they'll throw your ass into the back of the thing. And they will force you into the limit. Now,
Dude,
into the back of the...
If this podcast thing doesn't take off, Adam Carolla, hostage negotiator.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Get in the back. Just get in the back of the
It'd be great if a human being listened to me. It would be awesome if all the fucking people I've told a million times what I want, a million things, how it's going to work. Here's what's going to happen if A, B, and C don't... Never. Idiots don't listen, and neither do crazy people. And I've spent my whole fucking life with that. She'd call the cops.
No.
Call the cops. And I said, all right, I'll fucking call the cops. And we called the cops, and, it was like big husky LAPD white dude and big husky LAPD black dude come walking in. It's fucking embarrassing, She's in her nightgown. And
my question is, was Lynette embarrassed? She must have been.
Yeah, of course. And then it got worse because she just went into her room, like down the end of the hall, and the cops just said, all right, and the cops just walked down to the end of the hall, and next thing you know, you just heard fucking furniture breaking and her scream. When an Italian woman screams at the top of her lungs, and cops yelling like, like ma'am, 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 and like more shit and more slapping, and then her screaming at Lynette, screaming, why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? It's like screaming. She broke one of the cops' watches off the guy's wrist. I mean, she slugged it out with the fucking cops, and it's like they shoved her in the back of the fucking... But it's like, I just felt like this is my life in a fucking nutshell. What do I do? And why don't I ever get to be on the other end of this?
Because
Why can't I be the
calm and collected?
I want to be the
You
crazy cunt whose fucking legs are flying around. I'm punching cops, and someone is yelling something at me. I just, for once, I want someone to say to me, Adam, you know what's going to happen if you do X, Y, and Z, so don't do it. I'm warning you now because I love you. And me go, no, fuck you. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Every fucking person I talk, and by the way, that's a big version. I have a million small versions where I go, here's what I need, here's what I want, here's what I need, here's what I want. It's like, no, fuck you. Not going to do it.
So you feel like Natalia's got a bit of grandma in her?
God damn. Yeah. And, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's got a lot of everybody in her. But, yeah, my grandma and her great-grandma and her grandma, yeah, she's a goddamn scrapper, and someone's going to have to break her. And it's like, you don't want to be mean or whatever, but Jesus Christ.
Right.
I told her tonight, medicine tastes crappy. It makes you better. It's good. Move on, you know? I got to hold her down.
One thing I will say is that all of that, though, can manifest as determination later on.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, whatever
no,
she wants to achieve, she really will.
She'll go far, driving everyone nuts.
Those people do
But
go
she will
far.
go far. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No. No, there's two kinds. There's dumb determination, too. Let's not discount dumb determination. Probably about 5 years later, my wife had not heard from her mom in like 2 days. And she's like, she's having an episode. She's out. She's not picking her phone up. She's not answering her phone. And I was like, you know, she's over at the Olive Garden chatting up one of the waiters, you know, because
they're Italian?
Yeah, and I'm always, that's her favorite restaurant. She's born in Italy. So I'm always like, you know, and she's like, I'm going to call the neighbors, like a big, robust guy who's been their neighbor for 30 years. She's like, I'm going to call Stan. I'm going to have Stan go over there and check it out. And I'm like, leave Stan alone. Come on, Stan probably just got home from work.
Good
you know?
name, though.
Yeah.
Solid.
Go check him out, check her out. And I was like, hey, look, your mom, you know, she's probably not home. She's not picking her phone up. No, I'm calling Stan. I'm worried. I was like, leave her alone. Leave Stan alone. He's like, and it's literally like I'm in the kitchen and she's like, Stan, listen, can you go next door and check on my mom? And I'm like, and thank you. And I'm like, sweetie, come on, leave Stan alone. What's she got to go over there and bang on the door? Your mom's probably not even home. And she's like, hold on. Yes, Stan? She's dead? I'm like, I swear to God. I'm like, all right. I was never, never been
Killer instinct.
Never been shut down so fast in my fucking life.
Gotta love that Stan.
I really, the guy like literally just walked in the front door. She took a nap like before she was going to go work out and never woke up.
Right.
And Stan literally like just walked in the front door, put his like finger on her pulse, you know, and just went, she's dead. And
no
like,
mirror under the nostrils?
No, and just with the phone, on the phone. And I was right in the middle of one of my, come on, she's always, she's at the fucking IHOP at Canoga Park. Believe me, she's as strong, she'll live till 1,000, the strongest woman I know. Believe me. God, I wish she would move on. She's not. She's gotta live as long. She's dead? I was like out of a fucking movie.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what takes the sting off of dying for loved ones.
Just about my bird.
Psychotic episodes involving the LAPD.
Yeah.
And if you really would like to, again, if you find out you have a terminal illness or maybe just getting a little long in the tooth and you know you don't have a whole lot of time left on the planet, invite family members only over. Invite LAPD over. Duke it out with them in the living room. Scream at everyone as they're dragging you out into the squad car. And then, you know, a few years later when you move on, people will kind of have a, I mean, sad to see her go,
lining.
but definitely not going to relive that episode
it's so
again.
Peaceful now.
There's a lot to be said for strategic death. It's like when people choose a song they love for their funeral, and it's like, why torture the people you love by making them, now they'll always associate that great song, that beautiful song with horrible memories of your funeral. Play a song you hate.
Yeah.
Pick Maneater for your funeral.
Or
you know
something ironic like Styx' Best of Times.